Hey guys, how's it going? This is Michael,
This is Kyle.
and this is our trailer reaction review to Pokemon Detective Pikachu. This is the official first trailer. Guys, it has been a minute since we've done a review for you.
But only just a minute.
Only just 1 minute. It's just been 60 seconds, just a very long 60 seconds. We really apologize. We haven't gotten a ton of content out to you guys. We really apologize for that. Our lives have been crazy over the past few months. As you can see, we both moved. I got a promotion. I've been worked into the ground like crazy. Both of us have recent breakups.
Too soon.
Some more recent than others. So if we have any female listeners out there, comment down below.
No, stop right now. Stop that, please.
Anyway, guys. Okay, so this is... Okay, getting to it. This is Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Just in time, this first trailer, just in time to create the Pokemon hype, right? For Let's Go's coming out pretty soon. Eevee and Pikachu. But those are not related, correct, Kyle?
Those are not
Oh, there
related.
you go. You already have it.
I have it pre-downloaded, ready to go. It releases this Friday. And I keep checking it.
Man.
I keep checking it to make sure see if they accidentally released it early. So I keep clicking on it to see, and hopefully it works. But it never works.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So okay, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I know nothing about it. Kyle, I think you said you researched it a little bit. Haven't seen the trailer yet, but I think you know about it. Correct?
I'm subscribed to some gaming channels, so I've been up to recent news, up to date on Pikachu. So Detective Pikachu was a Japanese-only game that got a lot of attention, years and years ago, and it got really popular, and it was ported over to the Americas last year, last March-ish. But it features a talking Pikachu, and I think the main character's name is Tim or Timmy or something like that. And the Pikachu talks to Tim,
not Gary and Red.
No, blue, red and blue. No, it's completely different. It takes place in it's an offshoot of Pokemon. It has nothing to do with Pokemon battling or anything like that. It's more like you're unraveling a mystery and solving puzzles in the game, and they thought that the best way to do a Pokemon live action movie is to go with the Detective Pikachu story instead of a traditional, a guy learning to train Pokemon and battle for badges and go to the Elite Four or whatever. Okay. So I have no idea what to expect. I'm really fearful that it's not going to be any good. So I'm really scared on that because it's the first live action Pokemon. This is the thing that we've all been dreaming for since we were kids, what Pokemon would be like in the real world and how that would work. Yeah. And for it to be a talking Pikachu is interesting. And the other thing I know about the video game is that in the video games it's voiced by a Danny DeVito type. It has that type of voice, and Pikachu's kind of crass.
So it's grungy type of thing.
It's got a more grungy type feeling, and Pikachu hits on waitresses and stuff like that in the game, like innocently hitting, not rated R hitting on waitresses, but hey, you're looking good or whatever. But and he has a deeper voice. But we know that Detective Pikachu is voiced by Ryan Reynolds in the movie because this was announced a long time ago, even before he was Deadpool. Even before he was Deadpool.
This is the one from a really long time ago because I heard about this, but I thought it was just a fan fiction thing. I didn't think it was actually going to be a real movie.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds is actually going to be voicing in this trailer that we're going to be watching here in a second. Supposedly, yeah, I mean it is. It's Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. So it's going to be really weird to probably see a talking Pikachu. Also, it's going to be really weird to see what the Pokemon look like in live action renders. It's going to be interesting. I don't have high hopes for it. I hope it's decent enough that it does really well, because I would really like to see a more a actual follow the Pokemon mainline story live action movie. So I hope it's good, but
wait no further.
I know. Okay. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, let's check it out.
I'm really excited to see it, but I'm nervous for that it's not going to be any good.
Yeah. All right, let's check it out.
Welcome to Rhyme City, a celebration of the harmony between humans and Pokémon.
Oh, that chime, that music.
Your dad was a legend in this precinct. If you were anything like your dad.
I'm not.
I remember. You wanted to be a Pokemon trainer when you were young.
Article versus Steelix.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. Someone there?
Is that a gun?
Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I know you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you.
Did you just talk?
Whoa. Did you just understand me?
Oh my God, you can understand me. Stop. I've been so lonely.
They try to talk to me all the time. All they hear is Pika Pika.
You can hear him, right?
Pika Pika! Yeah, Pika Pika Pika, he's adorable.
You're adorable. They can't understand me, kid.
Can no one else hear him? I don't need a Pokemon, period.
Then what about a world-class detective? Because if you want to find your pops, I'm your best bet.
We're gonna do this.
Squirtle
You and
wanted.
me.
There's magic that brought us together, and that magic is called hope. Listen up. We got ways to make you talk.
Mr. Mime?
Or mine.
Yeah.
So tell us what we want to know. Pipe. Yes. Okay. I can. Shoving. Pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
He's saying you can shove it.
What? I can shove it? Okay, that's it. No, we're switching roles. I'm bad cop. You're good cop.
No, we're not cops.
Oh, barrier.
In my head, I saw that differently.
You barrier. Dude. Oh my goodness.
Dude, that is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I'm gonna have to rewatch. I'm gonna have to watch that again, like
Yeah.
real soon, like right after this. That was nuts.
Um,
That was so cool. That was like, it was really funny, and like, I didn't know how it felt about like it being gritty and everything, but like, I really liked it. I thought it was really funny, really good.
that is so much better than what I thought it was going to be. I had like it's just a weird concept, a talking Pikachu and a detective story, but oh my god, that actually looks insanely good. Like I don't know how good it's going to be, but it looks like it's not terrible, which is what I was afraid of, right? It looks like it's going to actually be a fun.
Yeah.
Like that just looks like a lot of fun. It just looks like a fun movie.
Yeah. That's crazy, because it's not like the regular take on Pokemon. It's not like... I mean, they did have Charizard in there in a cage, so was he cage fighting? Or was there a battle going on there?
Well,
like, what was going on with Charizard?
They did mention in the beginning that the dude wanted to be a Pokemon trainer at some point, right? And he was a failed Pokemon trainer or something like that. So clearly there is battling in this world and everything. So I imagine we'd see some form of that. But okay, what did you think about how the Pokemon were rendered? Like how they looked?
If you're putting it into the real world, and you have to put it into the real world,
Yeah.
Jigglypuff was kind of sketchy for me. I didn't really like Jigglypuff. I thought Pikachu was okay. I really liked Mr. Mime. Psyduck looked kind of weird. But
I would say Psyduck looked kind of weird until he was in the car. Like he looked weird when I first saw him, but then in the car he looked like a normal Psyduck. But
this is coming out in 2019, right?
A week after Avengers 4 hits the theaters, this hits the theaters.
So I'm hoping that this, like, you know, because there were a lot of other movies where pre-production or the post-production process took
the trailer
a while.
doesn't show the final product.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that this is kind of that. But Pikachu looked good to me. It was super funny. He's like at the very beginning when he does his like little, and his eyes get big and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it.
He's
That was
like,
super cute. That was
oh
really
my
funny.
god, I've been so lonely. Yeah, I was actually the one element that sort of has to work in this movie to make the movie work is Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. Now, I hear Ryan Reynolds, and I think part of the thing that takes away from his performance in this is that he's not changing his voice at all. And we just saw Deadpool where we don't see his face and we only hear his voice. So now this is like clearly the voice of Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like it's not Ryan Reynolds doing a voice. We've seen movies with him now where all we hear is his voice and see a mask on screen or something like that. So, but at the same time, I think it kind of works. Like, even though I think it just took me a minute to adjust, and even to the aesthetics of the Pokemon, I feel like, and I kind of already am. I'm adjusted to it. Like, it looked weird at first, but I got a feeling the more and more we get used to it, the more and more this is what the world is that we see leading up to April. The more, like, by the time it finally gets here, no one's gonna care. Like, yes, like the initial shock of Pikachu actually having textured fur on him, and the initial shock of Psyduck actually having feathers because he's a duck, so of course he has feathers and stuff. I think once you get through all that, by the time we get to April, everyone's just going to be so excited to see all the references. I mean, like they really leaned hard into the Gen 1 Pokemon in this one. You saw you saw Squirtle, you saw Bulbasaur, you saw Charmander, and obviously you saw Pikachu and Charizard.
Was in there,
I know, and
which they should, obviously. I mean, that's your go-to, right? When you release, you should be going Gen 1 because that's what everybody.
Right, but you also saw Greninja come at the screen, which was really cool. Who looks like maybe he's a villain or something like that. Maybe he works for Team Rocket. I wonder if Team Rocket kidnapped the dad, and that's what's going on here. That'd
be super cool. So here's the thing. Here's what this movie is not.
I want to see Onyx too, though. I want to see what Onyx looks like in this too. By the way,
that'd be super cool. Here's what this movie is not. This movie is not what Pokemon Go was to Pokemon. And by that I mean this is not what, a live action version of Pokemon Red. This is not a live action version. This feels like a live action version of one of the side tangent stories, like Surfing Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, obviously.
It is exactly one of those.
A side. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't feel complete to me.
Right.
I definitely want to see it, and I definitely will see it, and I'll probably see it opening night, absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is gonna make me crave more of a red Pokemon Blue type of live action movie.
Right, but I never thought that we would get a live action Pokemon movie at all, and this is sort of them dipping their toes in the water. And I think if you want that live action, like a Pokemon trainer goes on a Pokemon journey, like trilogy or something like that, and it goes to the Elite Four and tries to become the league champion, I think.
Dude, could you imagine?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I'm saying but this movie has to do well for that to happen. And I think over years, if this movie does well, which I think this movie will do amazingly well, and this will spur other live action movies just for the sake of the fact that it's Pokemon. Pokemon Go was such a dumbed down, watered experience from what Pokemon was, but 500 million people downloaded it because there's fans of Pokemon from when we were kids. Like all of us who were kids we're now in our 20s and 30s with disposable incomes who are going to go watch this. So, and this didn't feel like it was made for kids. This one felt it was more made for a more mature audience. I mean, there were explosions. Yeah. There was cage fighting, as you said. There was the kid from Jurassic World was the main kid in this one. The nerdy scientist kid or whatever. And he looked like he had a story. His father's missing. His father was a detective at the precinct. He was a failed Pokemon trainer. That actually is story. This actually, and Ken Watanabe was in it. Holy crap! This looks like it was so well thought out. And Ryan Reynolds is in it. They're dipping their toes in the water to see can a live action Pokemon work. And I think over years, over a bunch of movies, they're going to refine what the Pokemon look like in the real world to sort of make it blend a little better. Maybe not so realistic. Maybe they scale that back a little bit. Maybe instead of having Furby hair, Pikachu has more thin cat hair or something like that. So it's not so he looks a little bit more like the cartoon, or
a little bit more Avatar-ish.
Sure,
a little bit more Avatar-ish, and less Garfield type of thing.
But like I said, after the initial shock, I'm cool with what they look like. In fact, now I'm excited to see what does Onyx look like on screen? What does Ghastly look like on screen if he's transparent ball of gas or something?
Dude, I loved the big old float of Gengar.
Oh yeah, the Gengar float back there. Yeah,
where they're celebrating everything. Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions and everything, and I saw a Sinnoh poster in the guy's room. So clearly there's regions now. So there's there's Kanto and there's Johto, and this guy was in the Sinnoh region, and Pokemon Go just got their Generation 4, the Sinnoh region Pokemon released in Pokemon Go. So it's actually kind of nice timing that they did that and everything. I saw a poster in his background that said Articuno versus Steelix, the championship. Like, I guess people just have legendary Pokemon in this freaking this world just battling people. So it's
I guess so. I guess there's not just one of each of the birds.
So the whole thing in Detective Pikachu though is also I don't think Pikachu can use electric attacks in the video game, and that's why he's a detective, because he can't do, for whatever reason, the Pikachu's like nerfed like that. And it'd be interesting to see if he gave him a command in the movie and you actually saw the snippets of a real Pokemon battle. Like, let's say at the very end, like in the climax or whatever, he's like, Pikachu, go, do like a thunderbolt, and Pikachu runs off and jumps off his shoulder and he flicks him with his arm, and Pikachu does the thunder. Like just, you have my mind like turning with like an actual real, true to like a kid going through a journey, Pokemon training, that type of scenario, going to gyms and battling. I'm not sure how that would work exactly over a story period, because there's 8 gyms in a Pokemon League and you know where it's leading up towards or everything. I'm not sure what the story would be.
I think it's really interesting. It really is. It's really interesting what they chose to follow, where in the world of Pokemon they chose to pick their main character and show his life, because obviously everything's already established. There's already you already went through a couple generations of Pokemon. You could have easily have shown an origin story type of thing, but that's not what they did. No. You could have easily just picked somebody on their way to becoming a Pokemon master. That's not what they did. They took the Detective Pikachu. They took somebody with a backstory who could hold a movie essentially on his own, and then kind of just added Pokemon into the movie to see how it kind of mixes. Right. So from that element, from looking at it from that perspective, I'm hopeful with the storyline, because it seems like Pokemon aren't necessarily integral to the storyline. They might be, but it seems like the storyline could hold on its own, and then the Pokemon are just supplemental and adding to the story, which is a really cool way of introducing Pokemon in a live action context.
Yeah, I kind of hope that the Pokemon aren't just set dressing, and they're actually, more involved in the story. Now, I'm sure they could be.
Maybe his dad became a part of Team Rocket and then tried to steal like a Zapdos or something. I mean, like, that would be a super cool way of having Pokemon integrally involved in the storyline.
Right. No, exactly. Or Mewtwo's the head of Team Rocket now, and it was a Mewtwo who was like
and it was a coup. This is after Giovanni. He already overthrew Giovanni, the organization and everything. Dude, there's so many cool possibilities with this movie.
Well, I'm not sure how much of it is actually based on the story that's actually in Detective Pikachu the video game. So because I never played the game, so I couldn't tell you if it's like based on that or not. It could be, or it could not be. It could be its own separate thing, but I don't know. But I can only tell you is like I am so surprisingly impressed by that trailer. Like, I did not think I was gonna like it. I did not think Pokemon would translate very well to like, and I always wanted to see it attempted at least. I didn't think they would translate very well, but that last shot of that Charizard like ready to bite Pikachu, like. Oh my god. I'm excited for the next trailer. I'm not just excited to see the next movie. I'm excited to see the next trailer because everyone's going to be like, is my favorite Pokemon going to be represented in this live action movie now? Like are you going to be looking for Cubone?
Come on, Cubone.
I know. You love
holding
Cubone.
out for Cubone, baby.
Like, dude, how sad a story is that going to be, though, if he loses his mother in this movie or something like that? With the whole Cubone
God,
stuff.
dude, that's perfect for a live action. For this detective murder mystery, that's perfect.
Well, it works. It works because like it's the unlikely pairing, like like the Pikachu and the kid who doesn't want to have anything to do with Pokemon, and it's a buddy cop movie. It's basically a buddy cop movie, and that just is. Yeah. It seems like such a smart, good entry point for the series, and the sort of gimmick of. I want to see what the Pokemon look like on screen. I want to see like what other Pokemon are in this movie. I want to see Machamp and Primate fight in a boxing ring. I want to see there could probably be a 2.5-hour movie just devoted to all the Easter eggs that are in this movie, like on the backgrounds and everything. Easy. I mean, you saw the blimps and we saw the posters. We saw the wanted posters for, like the Squirtle Squad, or like what is the Squirtle Squad going to be, like a wanted poster, like teams that are wanted or something.
This will be a super cool movie to break down. I'm super excited for it.
Me
it's
too.
Gonna be so much fun to watch.
I'm excited for our next trailer. I'm glad that this was our first trailer back into doing these things.
Oh, this is a good one. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. We're sorry we haven't been around. We're gonna pump out these videos. We're gonna keep them going. It's been a crazy past few months for us, but we are committing to making sure that we get up at least one a week. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Michael.
This is Kyle.
And this has been a critique on the universe of trailers.
Later, guys.